Hey, how y'all doing out there? Once again, back with another video. This time I want to talk about the LG V20. Now, of course, this is an older model of the V series. Came after the V10. This phone came out in 2016. And initially, when the phone came out, of course, I wanted it, liked it. However, I thought the build on the V10 was better and sturdier. I just thought, maybe they could just make some minor changes to it, but the build on that phone was the best build I ever had on any phone, in my opinion. But this phone wasn't bad as far as build. It has a stainless steel build on it. You know, um, Unfortunately, it's pretty slippery, so I have to put a case on it or it'll slide out of my hands. Now, I'm not going to spec you to death, but I'll just give you a few specs for those that are just not familiar with the phone. It has a 5.7-inch Quad HD IPS display, which is LCD display, unfortunately. 1440 by 2560 pixel resolution of 513 pixels per square inch. It has Gorilla Glass 4 on the front. Unfortunately, I don't know why this one was stuck on Android 7 Nougat. Just didn't get upgraded to Android Oreo for some weird reason. I don't know why. It has the older chipset in the Snapdragon 820. Processors a quad core, dual core, 2.15 gigahertz cryo and dual core 1.6 gigahertz processor. It has two dual cameras on the back, as you can see. One is a 16 megapixel standard, and the other one is an 8 megapixel wide angle lens, which I love. That's the one thing that's missing from my Note 9 is a wide angle lens on one of those cameras. That would be awesome. What I also love about this phone, it also has a camera on the front of it, one of them. Now with the V10, it had two cameras on the front. One was standard, one was wide angle, but for some reason they took they only left this one with one camera on the front, which is a standard selfie cam, which, it's okay. It's not too bad. Now, overall, the cameras on the LG V20 are pretty good. They high quality. Of course, the newer phones are even better. But that's one thing I can say about LG. They do make some quality. They put quality cameras on their devices. So I do love the cameras, and the video recording is excellent on here as well. My only issue, well, not my only issue, but one of my issues with this phone, as you can see, it has a fingerprint scanner on the back. And when I got this phone, I think after 2 weeks, it just stopped working altogether, which I have no idea why. The speaker on this phone is at the bottom. It has one down-firing speaker at the bottom, which is very low. The quality sounds pretty good. It's not tinny sounding, but the volume is just very, very low, which is very disappointing to me. It has a headphone jack, of course, because it has a quad DAC, also 32-bit quad DAC, that gives you superior audio sound. The audio sound on this device is excellent. Okay, no question about that. LG make probably the best audio sounding on any smartphone as far as audio quality through the headphones. And we know that most companies today are all removing the headphone jack, which I have no idea why, but that's what they're doing. I'm hoping LG don't run with them and remove their headphone jack, because their superior sound due to that quad DAC is something that a lot of people love about them. So hopefully they won't drop the jack like Samsung did. And I really believe Samsung dropped the ball when they removed the feature that their consumers did not want dropped. They want the headphone jack, and don't give me no stupid excuse about you needed to make more room for the battery. That's nonsense. The headphone jack doesn't take up that much space. I'm not trying to hear that. And there's the Mate 20X that has a 5,000 milliamp battery in it, and it has a headphone jack. So I'm not trying to hear Samsung give some lame excuse that they needed more space for battery or other components. I'm not trying to hear that, especially when the consumers at large wanted their headphone jack. So that's just nonsense. Anyway, another thing I love about this phone is that it has a removable battery. Now, after this V20 with the V30, LG took away the removable battery, which is unfortunate. And that's something that people didn't want to go away, but everybody's making phones with glass on the front, glass on the back, you know. And the thing about it, you know, it doesn't make sense to me when these companies keep taking away features that people want and like on their devices. I'm not understanding why you would do that. But that's one thing. This was their last phone that had a removable back. And I'll demonstrate if I remember how to take this thing off. I think this little piece right here. Push that. And see, this is gone. So you could take the battery out, put a new battery in. That's just awesome. Nobody does that anymore. Of course, you have the SD card slot and also where you put in the SIM card. So nobody does this anymore. And it's unfortunate because it's so convenient. And there's no faster way to charge your phone from 0 to 100 than just to put in a new battery. Nothing like it. The other thing that I like about this phone also, it comes with 64 gigs of internal storage, which is not a lot, but it was a lot then. 4 gigs of RAM. You could expand the memory, which they have expandable memory with SD card up to 256 gigs, which is cool. And this phone has a IR blaster. Now, for those that don't know what an IR blaster is right there, which you can control your television, anything that has an infrared, you can control with this phone. And that's something also LG removed. They took away the removable battery. They took away the IR blaster, which made no sense. The IR blaster is very, very small, but it seemed like once Samsung took it away, then they took it away. It's like everything they see Samsung do, they do, which doesn't make any sense to me. And unfortunate. So, you know, that's something I do love about this device. The display is okay. It's LCD. It's all right. It's not the best, but it's not horrible at all. You know, as you can see, it's got some vivid colors. Not as bright as a Samsung phone, of course. But, you know, it looks fairly decent. Like I said, again, it's stuck on Android Nougat. Maybe somebody else got Oreo, but for some reason I never got the Oreo update. So it's stuck on Nougat. It's an older processor. Unfortunately, it does lag. So it's not a phone I can use on a regular basis, but it's a good backup phone if you need a backup phone. Unfortunately, with this, it also has the secondary display up here, which currently I don't have, turned on, so you really can't see it. Now, for me, with this phone at the bottom, you see here, you have a black, like a bezel, thick bezel. Now, they really should have brought the display all the way down, but they rather put a LG thing here instead of bringing the screen all the way down. Like, why have a screen this big and you don't even take it all the way up or bring it all the way down? Now, taking it all the way up, I understand, because you have the secondary display, which I don't have currently turned on. And of course, you have this thick bezel down here, which you just could have just brought the screen all the way down. That's one thing I didn't like. I do like how wide this display is, because, the bigger display, the more immersive it is, and the more you enjoy watching videos on it, which the videos that it portrays are, very good, high quality. This phone, I really didn't like it as much as I liked the V10. For some reason, I like the V10 better. But this phone was okay. The thing that really disappointed me the most was the fact that the fingerprint scanner stopped working. And also, I didn't like the fact that LG built the power button into the sensor, the fingerprint sensor. I don't like having the power button built into the fingerprint sensor. It should have been on the right side of the phone. They do that now with their newer phones, but for some reason, for years, they kept building the power button inside of the fingerprint sensor, which I did not like at all. So once again, the things that, I really like about this, that I did like about this phone, is that you can take the battery out, you can expand the memory, very good cameras, good video photography on it, IR blaster on it, expandable memory. So those are good things in its favor, you know, like if you just need a good backup phone. And right now, literally, you could find this phone for like 150 bucks because LG's phone depreciate even faster than Samsung's. They just do. Maybe it's their advertising. I don't know what it is, but they depreciate extremely fast. So this was a flagship phone when it came out. So this phone had top of the line specs when it was released. Of course, it doesn't have wireless charging because you could take the battery out. Of course, it's not IP68 water and dust resistant because you could take the back off. But it was a very good, high quality device when it first got released. Like I said, unfortunately, it's just missing some, you know, a few things. The battery life on it is not great, but the fact that you can swap out the battery makes it really, you know, not that all that relevant. But it's a good backup device. I enjoyed it for the time I had it. I just got it back. I gave it to my sister-in-law, and she wasn't able to get it to work through her carrier, so she ended up giving it back to me. And, you know, I like to keep these devices, you know, just to reminisce. And also, you know, I may use them for a day or so, but that's about it, because when they start lagging and other stuff that I need from it, I can't get from it, then I tend to leave it alone. But like I said once before, the cameras are really good. Shooting video is excellent. You can swap out the battery, you can expand the memory, and also you have an IR blaster, which is cool. And you have the quad DAC, which I forgot is also, you have the quad DAC. So once again, please like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and hit all, and you'll get all my latest videos that I upload. And please share the video. And also you can comment down in the comment section below, and I will definitely respond if you know, have any questions or anything about the device. Once again, thanks for taking the time to watch my video. Appreciate it very much. God bless you all. Peace.